maybe area that we here. Shoelace got caught on some nails. Howdy, folks. It's I think it's about 5:45 on Friday, April 21. Jim came over. We had taken out yesterday or the day before a deck over there, and then about a 6-foot section here behind me, and then there was this big deck that the sun porch sat on. Now, if you went back and you looked at those videos back from our first videos, we talked about the sun porch, and my friend Jim here helped me get that down. I thought it was going to be a 3-day job. It ended up being 6 for me and 3 with him. And anyways, this deck has been something that I've been waiting for warmer weather, and today Jim says it's 62.5 degrees outside. So we pulled off all the OSB over there. Jim, give him a shot of all that rubble, all that plywood and OSB and timbers. So all of that was basically these decks, what we haven't salvaged already. But you know, it's interesting because when you look at the deck that the sun porch was built on, here's what we've got. We've got 2 boards. And this one here with the nails in was the original floor joists. And then at one point they decided to add on to the deck. And so what they did is they loosely attached another board to the original joist. And you can see the gap here. Now, Jim, when these were up and they were about that high, Jim and I, after we had gotten all the floorboards off, which we'd do about 2 of these joist sections at a time all the way down, didn't take us long to do, did it, Jim?
No, I think, what, half an hour to get this whole thing down.
Half an hour to take it apart. It sat on this big 2x12 here, which was doubled up. And Jim, I think there were, did we count 5 of these jacks?
Yep, the jacks.
They had these jacks on some rock. You can see these landscaping block that they were on, right here. And so they sat on that, and they were supporting the like these floor joists, which is a no-no. They should have been supporting this big 2x12 header. So we pulled out 5 of those jacks, and the thing was standing only on, we thought, 2 4x4s. This one here basically was just sitting on top of the, or maybe 3 inches below the gravel. They had one over here that was nailed to a 2x4, and here's the 2x4, and that was nailed to the final rim joist. And Jim and I, we said, we know that when we start taking these out, this is going to fall. And lo and behold, it stayed in place until the very end. Then there was a double that came down here. Everything else was off. All of these floor joists were attached with 4 nails up there, and all the nails down here had all rotted off. So we were able to lift every single one of these. We did use a hammer in case some were slightly had some slight attachment, but we took them down. We'd lift it up, and Jim would take the crowbar and let them drop and walk across them after we had gotten the deck off. So big job. Now we've got cleanup, and that'll be a dumpster next week. So I think next week on our list is Jim and I are gonna go into the living room. Jim, show him the block down underneath the living room area. You see, that was a patio, and you can see right here, right over here, for instance, there's a slab about 6 inches, and that was right here, and that was poured onto all of these frost wall blocks. And so what we're going to do, you heard me talk about the fact that we're going to put a basement under this So what'll happen is this whole, all of this concrete's going to get taken out. This wall will get taken out. Over on the side of the house where there's a chimney, the chimney will get taken out, and before the concrete guys come, Jim and I will remove this wall, these windows, the roof and the ceiling, and we'll remove the fireplace in here because that's got to be gone because we're putting the full basement under this. So it's a lot of work, but so far it's been fun, and I quite frankly couldn't have done it without my good friend Jim helping me. I appreciate that very much.
Right on.
Prost, Jim. Jim he decided not to drink a beer today because he had one yesterday. But anyways, he's been a godsend to me. Thanks, folks, and have a good weekend. Stay tuned and tell your friends about our blog. Bye.
Cool. 6 minutes.